and welcome to this edition of GVTV. We're your hosts, Amy Solinger
and Ben Williams.
The results are in for student leaders for the 2007-2008 school year. Our new Viking Council president is Melanie Lippert, vice president is Ryan Cosgrove, vice president of academic affairs is Nicole Gettendorf, CFO is Sonia Atkinson, Vice President of Clubs and Organizations is Jeff Ross, and Vice President of Business and Marketing is Catherine Alquist. Kent Shornack, Director of Leadership and Counseling, commends everyone who interviewed for the positions and looks forward to another exciting year at Grandview. We had a chance to talk to Gettendorf and Ross about their new positions.
I would sit on the meetings, on the curriculum meeting. I would meet monthly with the provost and just try and be the liaison between students, academics, and the student government, giving input.
Vice President for Clubs and Orgs, I manage and oversee all the clubs and orgs and make sure that they are going forward with what they need to be doing and completing their service project and such throughout the year. I want to see change in the campus and figure that that's a better way to do it than to just sit here and complain about it, so I decided to get actively involved.
For more information on the other students who made student leadership positions, go to www.gvc.edu.
Strike one up for the little guys, in radio that is. In Des Moines, it seems like every radio station is owned by a big corporation who really isn't concerned about the community or promoting local musicians. This is a niche that Ron Sorensen and former Mayor Preston Daniels hopes to fill with KFMG 99.1. Sorensen says Des Moines needs a station that is geared to serving the community. Based on this idea, KFMG is targeting those who are involved in nonprofit organizations, the fine arts, and the downtown area. A variety of music is being played, such as jazz, R&B, blues, reggae, and acoustic. In addition, acts coming to town to perform will have their music played, and local artists are being featured as well. Sorensen says the local artists also need to start somewhere, and a community station should want to help. Currently, Brian Holtz is the only live DJ, but more will be added next month. By the end of summer, there may be as many as 15 to 20 voices. Also by then, KFMG should be broadcasting out of its permanent facility in Hotel Fort Des Moines. Right now, they're literally airing from a closet located in the hotel.
On April 5th at the Hoyt Sherman Place, Orchard Place's 4th annual Adult Spelling Bee fundraiser will take place. Last year, our own Viking spellers won the spelling bee, and they are competing this year to do the same. The competition starts at 4:30 p.m. and will run until 7:30 p.m. Admission is $5 and the food is free. All the money raised will go to funding the Orchard Place, which is a facility that benefits children who are underprivileged, mentally ill, autistic, or disabled. The money raised will go towards children counseling services, medical care, school supplies, or foster care. At the Spelling Bee, all the teams line up and go on stage 2 at a time. The 2 teams compete using whiteboards and dry erase markers. The team members may share their ideas with one another, having about 10 seconds to do so. If a team misspells a word, they are able to bribe the judges to get back in the game, using money since it is a fundraiser. Students can donate money for bribes by contacting Heidi Price at 515-263-2800. Last year, the event raised $115,000, and the goal for this year is $150,000. And we'll be right back with more GVTV.
Welcome back. Grandview students found the pot of gold at Grandview's Lucky Charm event. Joe Madersky reports for GVTV.
As a spring break send-off, Grandview College hosted Lucky Charms, a series of games and skills challenges where students could make money based on their abilities. Events included a 3-point shooting contest, a penalty kick contest, Chubby Bunny, a marshmallow stuffing contest, and several other events. Prizes range from $5 to $50 depending on the event and number of participants.
It looked like the students had a blast and made some money while doing it. Thanks, Joe.
The results are in for Forbes' richest list, and for the first time since 2000, an Iowan has made the list. Ankeny entrepreneur and developer Dennis Albaugh is listed with a fortune of $1.2 billion. Albaugh is tied with 40 others for number 799 on Forbes' list. He owns Albaugh Corporation, which is a farm chemical production and packaging company located in Ankeny. He is developing a subdivision in Ankeny called Prairie Trail, which is expected to be the future home of Ankeny City Hall and about 7,000 new residents. The last Iowan to make the Forbes list was Cedar Rapids telecom entrepreneur Clark McLeod. He ranked at number 274 with a $1 billion net worth. McLeod dropped off the list in 2001. Forbes receives this information of an individual's holdings in public companies by using the February 9th closing stock price. Then estimate the value of private companies by evaluating comparable public companies in the industry and confirming with experts in the field. Now, who is the number one person on Forbes' list? It is Bill Gates. He has held the number one spot for 13 consecutive years. Gates, who is Microsoft's founder, has a fortune of $56 billion.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the club, if you're black, that is. Pardon this cliche, the more things change, the more they stay the same. The controversy over nightclub dress codes being aimed at blacks has come up again. A recent Des Moines Register article tells the story of two high school seniors who felt they were discriminated against based on their clothing. East High students Neil Issa and Aaron Jordan say they've went to Energy, a West Des Moines club, and have been turned away, while white customers in similar clothes are able to walk right in. They feel they're targeted because they're black. The issue came up in the early 90s when there were complaints about downtown club Papa's Planet, now called Rocks. Then there was the highly publicized death of Charles Lovelady in February of 2000. During an altercation with bouncers at Graffiti's, he was put in a chokehold, causing him to stop breathing. The incident stemmed from Lovelady being told to leave because he didn't meet the dress code. Both white bouncers were later acquitted of involuntary manslaughter by an all-white jury. Since then, there have been more lawsuits against owners, Iowa legislature proposing bouncer training, and some owners even agreeing to change their dress code. Pollock says, based on response to his article, this is affecting college students as well. Have things really changed in the last decade? Watch for my upcoming in-depth report as I look more into this issue. With information on the popular new movie 300, here's Jerit Tripp.
Thanks, Ben. Well, movie watchers went out in packs to see the new epic movie 300, based on Frank Miller's graphic novel. The movie made over $70 million in its first weekend at the box office. In fact, the movie made more than all the other movies on the top 10 list. The movie was only predicted to make $50 million in its first weekend by experts. However, as you can see by the numbers, it well exceeded that. It slightly edged out last year's Ice Age: The Meltdown for the biggest opening weekend in the month of March. Personally, I've seen the movie, and I recommend it to those that like action movies. However, I'd leave the kids at home for this one due to the blood, gore, and brief nudity. Thanks, Ben.
We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to GVTV. I'm Andy Ireland with sports. The indoor track season came to a close on March 9th with the National NAIA indoor meet. Grandview had two runners qualify. Miriam Chisala took 8th in the nation for the 60-meter dash. She also placed 14th in the 400-meter. Boutros Lashaw was the other Viking to qualify for nationals. He took 12th in the 600-meter and 23rd in the 800-meter run. The outdoor season is underway now. We'll have more on that next week. GVTV Sports' Tyler Irving found an interesting twist on an old sport. He has the story.
All week long, the RHA has been putting on some very fun events. Tuesday's fun, none other than mini golf. These champion putters from all around Grandview gathered to compete for 1 out of 8 very nice prizes. Prizes included CD players, a DVD player, a bed and a bag, and a Kodak camera. Even Wes Brooks showed up and had no trouble sinking his putts. His fiancée, on the other hand, could use some work. Putting stations were set up on all 3 floors of Knutson Hall, even in the stairway. Andrew Manier looked like he brought his A game, yet he left empty-handed.
The amount of money that we spent on prizes total was about $700. We wanted to make sure that students are able to win excellent prizes for events on campus. The best prize that we had was probably the iPod Shuffle, and the winner of that was Aaron Wells. All right, for the first hole, the winner was Mr. Brady Eagle, and he wins this portable DVD player. So there you go. You won this HP camera.
All right.
So congratulations, get some use out of it.
Well, thank you.
Yep, no problem. This is your DVD. Yes, you can hook that up. Isn't it cool?
Very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you. So I just put in my way to victory, got this cool MP3 player, and in the words of Beer Fest, I knew the whole time I was gonna win.
These events are a good way for students to have some fun to start off spring break. For GVTV, this is your putt-putt master, Tyler Irving.
The Grandview softball team is coming off their most successful season in GVC history. After a 34-24 regular season, they ran the table at the regional tournament, giving the Vikings their first national tournament bid. The coaches were named the Midwest Region Staff of the Year. The expectations for this season? More of the same. They start the season on top of both the MCC preseason coaches poll and Region 9 coaches poll. And being ranked 20th in the nation sets the bar pretty high for the 2007 season. They open up MCC conference play against St. Ambrose on the 28th. The baseball squad heads into this season ranked second behind William Penn in the MCC coaches poll. The Vikings are relying on key returners to lead the way. First baseman Tyler Adams should lead the offense. He notched a .366 batting average, giving him an All-American honorable mention nod. The pitching staff is anchored by Kyle Hetherington and Brandon Wolf. Hetherington was on key coming out of the bullpen last year with a 1.28 ERA. Brandon Wolf was not too far behind with a 2.08 ERA. Both pitchers were honorable mention All-American as well. The Vikings open up their home schedule the 30th against Minnesota State.
Thanks, Sandy. That's all for GVTV. Make sure to tune in next week.